Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video today I am going to talk about procrastination because people have this tendency to procrastinate a lot, specifically when they have a huge project coming. They tend to procrastinate a lot because they don't feel the energy to start the project because it is so big and a huge chunk of work needs to be done. So people often procrastinate during these moments. So what can you actually do when you are procrastinating? Number one thing, people normally procrastinate when they don't have the motivation to do something. Let's say that you have a huge assignment due and you don't want to start working on that project because a lot of work needs to be done and it's hectic. I understand that, because normally when you sit down and you think about, yes, I have to get it done, you feel like there's so much work to do, I'd rather do it later, tomorrow. And when tomorrow arrives, the same thing happens. It's because that's how you're programming your mind. So the first thing when it comes to procrastination, you need to change the program of your mind. Instead of focusing on motivation, I want you to be more disciplined. If you are disciplined, you will get it done. You don't get up from bed every day and think like, I'm not going to brush my teeth today because I'm not feeling motivated. No, you have to brush your teeth because it is discipline. That's what you have been doing all your life and that needs to be done. When there are things that needs to be done regardless of whatever happens, is when you are one of the most disciplined person, and that is how things get done. Obviously, when I get up from bed, I don't feel like going to the gym, but I have to go to the gym because that's discipline, because that is how I have trained my body. That is how things have to be. There is nothing like, if your actions are always derived from motivation, then you can never completely achieve your goals, because motivation is something that depends on external environment. Sometimes if the weather is bad, I'm not motivated enough to do something. Today there is less sunlight, so I don't want to go out and do work. I'm not feeling better, or I'm not feeling good today because I'm just feeling under the weather and something. Like, no, that's not how life is going to get better. You're not going to manifest your dream life by being lazy and thinking about like, no, I'm just going to let it go today because I'm not feeling good, because the world is going to stop today, right? Because you're not feeling good. It's not going to stop. I'm telling it in this hypertone genuinely because to push you, to let you know that no, nothing in life is going to manifest if you are not disciplined enough. If you're disciplined, you're going to get up from bed and you're going to brush your teeth and you're going to get out and do the work regardless, because your work needs to be done. I can be at my worst mental state and get things done equal to if I were to be in my best mental state, because that's how I am. That's how I program. It doesn't matter to me if I am going through a bad depression or if I'm going through a sad part of my life, because I understand people tend to it's not that I'm not empathizing with your situation, but I'm telling you that sometimes in life you need discipline to push you during these hard moments. Let's say that there were times I had to push myself even though I was going through a very bad time. I recently graduated, so let's talk about that. Till this day and age, I have not asked a professor for a deadline or asked for an extension or asked for a deferral exam. Do you know why? Because I was disciplined. Because there were times I had went through bad breakups and bad things happened to me, and yet I didn't ask for those things, because I know that if I'm going to ask for an extension, my brain is going to get programmed like that and I'm going to keep doing that over and over again. So sometimes you need to push yourself, and the only way you can push yourself is if you are living a very disciplined life. If you are always sympathizing with yourself, you can never get things done, because the world is not waiting for you. The world is going to move on. And if you want to keep in pace with the world, then you have to be disciplined. Discipline is going to take you from one place to another. Trust me, I was depressed. I felt very depressed because of things that happened to me. I went through 2 worst breakups of my life, and yet I was able to push past that pain period is because my life was very disciplined. Even when I was going through the sad phase, everything in my life was running. My work was running, my job was running, my studies was going. I didn't stop anything and I didn't have to stop anything because my body was running on automated method, because I was so disciplined and I kept myself in that process for such a long time that I didn't have to get myself there and be like, no, I don't want to go to work today because I'm feeling sad. My friend said that, bro, don't cry at car, because while you're driving car, it's better not to cry and stuff. I said, Bro, listen, if I'm at going to stay at home, I'm going to cry. If I'm going to be in the car, I'm going to cry. So I'd rather work and earn money while crying rather than staying at home all depressed, because after a certain amount of time, I'm going to look back to this time and I will feel happier. And guess what? Because I was disciplined and because I got the things done, I was happy by the end of the week or by the end of the month, because I saw myself and I was so proud of myself that I didn't procrastinate. I didn't get things backwards, or I didn't like waste any time, or I didn't ask for an extension and let things backward. No, everything was flowing at the perfect way it was supposed to flow. So that's how I have always done things. By being disciplined, I was always far more happier than sympathizing and empathizing with myself and pushing things backward. I'm not against empathy, I'm not against sympathizing, but at one point of your life, you need to realize that if you are just stuck in somewhere, the world is not waiting for you. The world is running. I know it's hard to sound. I know it's hard to hear that, but it is the reality. It is truth. And you have to accept it. And you need to push yourself, because no matter how many people are going to empathize with you, if you don't push yourself, you will not be able to get out of that zone. You need to get yourself out of that zone, and the only way you can get out of that zone is that if you are living a very disciplined life, that things need to be done. And that is the only way you can get out of procrastinating habit. Because if you are procrastinating, let's say that your life is not that disciplined as you thought it is. Because if you are living a very disciplined life, you won't be able to procrastinate. When you need a project that has arrived, you will get it done, because you will find a way to get it done, even if you are in your worst mental state. I know sometimes people might say that it's going to be a recipe for disaster, and your work is not going to be a better work right now. But if you're going to keep procrastinating, you will develop a habit which is far more destructive to yourself and to people around you than doing a moderate job. And the moment you start pushing yourself and the moment you start working on that project, I can tell you that the project is going to be done in no time, and you will get in the zone once you start it. And another thing I would say that for procrastinating is that try to divide your work, try to structure your work. Because once you structure your job or structure your work into segments, it will become far more easier. You just need to, today I'm going to do 20% of the work, tomorrow I'm going to do the rest 20% of the work. After 20% of the work, don't go for 40, just stop there and just do the rest 20% tomorrow. That is how I have always done my work. If I have 1 week for an assignment, I would divide it 20% for 5 days straight and have 1 day extra just in case if I am not able to meet those requirements. Then that 1 day I'm going to just revise and see if everything's okay, and then submit 1 day earlier, so that I will develop that habit where I can be more disciplined. So making habits is more important. Being disciplined is what is important to get rid of procrastination. It's not about being motivated all the time, because we all know the truth. You cannot stay motivated all the time. Bad things will happen around you, but if you are disciplined, if you have good habits, those are the things that will get you out of that depressive phase. I can guarantee you that. So I hope this video helped you a lot, and I hope you were also able to get rid of procrastination, because then you will be able to manifest what you have been wanting all your life. I hope you guys like this video, and if you want more content like this, please do mention in the comment section below, and do like, share and subscribe to my channel. It will really help me a lot. Thank you so much, guys.